Uh-oh. What's that mean? An opportunity to work on improving harmony in your life. Take the time to reflect and examine yourself and personal needs. Then communicate this to make the changes necessary to get your life on the right track. My life isn't on the off the right track. It's not off the right track. That's cool. Take the good. Leave the rest. Kitty, 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 stand lazy and what about it? Come here, tell me stories in the bits. Come here. Cat in the mood. Ooh, this is a good jam. Every You and Every Me by Placebo. It just occurred to me that that's what the military is, kind of a placebo. If you believe in it, it works. But you have to believe in it. I quit believing in it when I was one of the central cast members back in 2000. 6 years I did in the United States Air Force, and that's what I learned, that it's a farce, that military exercises are take one, take two, nope, you didn't look military enough, take three, nope, do it again. We got to do it over and over and over so it looks right, so it looks believable. It baffles me that people still believe in NASA like it's the Santa Claus. Like everything they see on a screen is true, it's real. That is baffling to me. I never lived on the same planet as everybody else because I'm a joiner. I want to join. I want to be a part of all the excitement, all the kundalini, a big old puddle of life force energy gathering to do what? And then I'd join people and I'd be like, why are we doing this for hours and hours? This is stupid. Sports and stadiums. Oh my God. Hours I had in the 70s and 80s. I had to listen to Giants baseball, worst game in the league for years and years. But my dad and my brother were devoted fans, so I had to suffer through crack every now and again. Crack. That's all baseball. I'm like, is there really even a game, or is somebody sitting in a room where they're cracking two sticks and somebody going into a microphone? Because we live in a very deceptive world. That's why Los Angeles exists. Hollywood exists to make you believe in stupid nonsense that doesn't matter. And now we're at a place in the world where water's becoming scarce because everybody's talking about it. And that's how we create reality. They put it out as a potential in the news media. They put it out. And then people hear, they catch wind of it. And then many people take that on as reality. This is going to happen. Cause they said so. Which instills fear in people. And that fear, you draw near. What you fear, you draw near. It's universal law. It's not even silly, funny little whimsical words I'm saying out of my mouth. It's science. You know, the reason why people took a shot that killed, there was a mass genocide for millions of people all over the world because of the crap that they got from that, because they didn't work through it. You can get poisoned and toxins and overcome for a while. They gave me 8 anthrax vaccine. I got 2 at a time in the Air Force. Anthrax was not a threat for me. It's just things that they say. It's called political posturing. It's the same thing that men sit around tables in Hollywood and they talk about storylines. They do it in the same places called war rooms. because poli-sci is acting class. And all the military officers and all the branches, they're college graduates. What do they know about anything about the world? They know about their frat parties. They know about all their, their dirty little weird stuff that frat boys do. And then they keep their pocket of companionship of trust, and then they build in their career with that. My brother's a complete trash heap. His friend's a freaking public defender in Stockton, if that isn't a crap town. Must not be working really hard, but he gets paid so much. He and his 4 kids just, you always see him skiing or in San Francisco. Like, all these people play in positions of power, but they never do the work, and the work needs to be done. And so what we see is an absolution of accountability. And that's why, if they're going to write in the history books why America fell, is because people became unaccountable. I remember the first time I saw Tiger Woods. Oh, look at that cute little 2-year-old boy swinging that. Homeboy thinks he's still that cute little boy that the whole world loves, swinging that golf club on Johnny Carson, to the point that he's avoided and ditched accountability his whole entire life. He's been culpable. He's near killed people from his I can do it whatever I want because don't you know who I am? Yeah, you're a machismo, narcissistic weirdo that will stick it in anything. That's who you are. And he called his best friend Biff the president to try and get, because that's what they do. Get in trouble, call somebody with power, they'll get you out. Look at all the victims in this. Dude, America just needs to change its name as a country, because it's just so much curse soiled, dirty, dirty land from dirty deeds being allowed to be done all across the land just because some guy had connections. I was a 10-month-old baby girl. I was 13 when I read the sheriff report about my account of what happened to me as a 10-month-old baby girl. So I've been knowing my whole life that if a dude has a dingle, he'll put it in anything. Yep, couches. Fucking walked in on my brother one day. Then I heard JD Vance is a couch, and the couch does not consent. Because nobody ever corrected their behavior. They just got better at hiding it and finding the people that they can do weird things with. Because weirdos flock together. That's why flock together, like attracts like. That's why I don't got no friends. I hang out with people and they get wrong ideas, and I don't want to know people that get wrong ideas about me, because I'm quite concise and I'm quite clear, and I make my, and if I don't present myself as a person of integrity and then people question mine, what they are doing is telling me I don't know what somebody with integrity looks like because I don't have any integrity. Therefore, I'm going to treat this person like a fool. What's up? I don't know what day it is. Mom's getting up soon. I took yesterday off from my sets because all this Aries energy. I'm like fire. As you pop that up, you said fire, and then I got no juice. But the day before, I picked up my dumbbell and I did. In the morning I did 6 sets, and then in the evening I did 3, so I did 999 repetitions as fast as I could with my 20-pound dumbbells. I just turned 52, so I look around the community at 52. I'm like, my competition is like in what people have done with their life. Like, what have you done with, that's how I'm competitive. So I ask like my massage lady and stuff, I'll ask her questions like, okay, first of all, we figured out how many massages she's done in her career, and it's wrestling. I think it was like 5,000 or something like that. And I said, okay, now if we break that down, so I like statistics without being a statistician, is what it is. And I don't like math. So I have my own Marge math. And I said, okay, so At the time I was 51 when we had this conversation. I had a birthday since then, so now I'm 52. And I said, okay, so all the 52-year-old women in I'm getting hot. All the 52-year-old or 51-year-old women in my in like how many are fit? Just fit and not fit. How many? How many are, cuz I got jangle under my arm here, like, but cuz I always heard about, but it's not, it's that. That's it. The rest of this, sometimes I have to stand next to other people to realize that this is hard as a rock without flexing. So I must have done something right. I had a funny thing happen the other day with the bank. I had an unpleasant experience at the north location at Citadel Bank. Just because people do power plays with me all the time. That's just what I get in my life. People are jerks to me, and then I get to decide what kind of character I'm gonna have in response to them. Am I gonna go like it's all about that. It's just life is a big game, and people really like to play with me in stupid ways. So they were jerking me around, and an ad came across my FYP, and I made a comment that the girls at the North Branch need some training on what customer service is. I get a call like 3 hours later from the bank. That's weird to me. As soon as they called, I'm like, there's nothing wrong with my account. They saw my post and they want to talk about it. To me, that is like a violation of like, I have my own ethics, and that's a violation of one of them. And I'll tell you this story next on what it's based on. And so I answered the phone, and she's like, "Hi, this is so and so. I'm calling from Citadel Bank about a post you made on social." I said, "You freaking are not." I told her the story about how 2 days before my birthday, gotten a check, or it was on my birthday. It wasn't 2 days before my birthday. It was, no, but it was for my birthday, but it was 2 days before. So I went, or maybe it was before my birthday. And so I said, I got a birthday check to the lady at the bank, to the girl at the bank. And then I sign it, give her my bank card, and hand it over to her. And then I sit there and I wait. And I wait 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 and I waited. And I'm like, why am I waiting? I get a check from this lady like every month and have for a while. So what, I don't like, now I'm like, okay, here we go. They're being jerks. Somebody's being a jerk. There's no issue. Somebody's just being a jerk. Somebody's being a mean guy. That's what my dog Arthur. That's a mean guy. He would tell, like he would help me designate. Oh, that's a mean guy. They're a mean guy. People have bad eyes. They're a mean guy. I don't care if they're a woman either. They're a mean guy. They got a mean guy in there that's gonna have them do mean things, and I need to stay away. So, oh yeah, so, and I even started recording, right? Because I'm waiting long enough. So I'm like, all right, this is how I'm gonna handle. I'm gonna do this so I can be accountable for myself. Okay. So I hit record and I put it on me, not the employees. And after some time, they came back to the window and they said, we're gonna put a hold on this. We're gonna let you have $275 of this. And we're gonna hold it for 2 days. Mind you, the check was for 10 grand. Okay. I said, that's funny. That's really funny. Because last year it was for 5 grand more and nobody put any kind of hold on it. So I kind of wonder, since I haven't changed in the last year much, where's the inconsistency in this bank? Because policies and procedures, I haven't seen anything consistent since I've been banking, and I'm autistic. I got one of those tracker retard minds that pick up everything. So, huh. So got to share that and then put it in the comment section. you know Thanks for reaching out. It was nice to tell you my side of the story. Usually I get ignored in life, because I get ignored. I don't know what people think about me. I'm very good at communicating as to who I am, yet I still end up having more one-sided conversations than I ever should. So many times I say things to people, and then I go, Marge, they don't want to know you. If they want to know you, they're going to answer you. They're going to make you a priority, Marge. Mom used to teach me this stuff when I was a kid, because I'm autistic and people act like they're nice, and I want to believe them because I want to have friends and stuff like that. And then I find out, oh, you're just a sucker again, Marge. You fell for it. You fell for the act, Marge. You fell for it. And so I can't be mad at other people for duping me. What's up? So mom used to Marge, if they don't answer you, they don't want to talk to you. Sometimes I don't know if they get the message, because technology is so fallible. So I'll try a couple times. And then I finally just get to the point where I just quit trying. Like, oh, hey, what's up? Because I have a bunch of people all over the internet that I just send pictures to, because everywhere I live, there's a beautiful place. I think that's the closest thing. This one I like. This one I like. It goes back and forth. And then we got the flashy ones, like at the strip club. I used to, my friends used to. I was in the military. I hung out with a bunch of dudes. I'd go along to get along. I ain't a pervy creep. I'm uncomfortable in situations like that. And I remember the first time I got a lap dance was in Omaha. I was asking the girl, like, so what are you majoring in? Because I know that you're not here to just do this. I can tell you have a brain in your head. And this one girl in school wanted me to hang out with her when I was in college. And she took me to this strip club one time because she worked there. And that was interesting. I'm a prude, man. I'm no fun in places like that. Although the night before I left Sacramento to drive out to Omaha for my first duty station, I did get 86 from a strip club someplace in Rancho Cordova, because I got up on the stage to dance. I didn't touch the girls or do any. I didn't. It wasn't anything like that. I just got up and wanted to play stripper. I have a lot of respect for those women. I just want people to know that have I picture a lot of women that, like, that's how they do it, like, because that's their expression of their divine feminine, masculine, however they want to do it, how they get freaky, right? You don't gotta touch other people to be a sexual being. Like, you don't gotta to fuck to be sensuous. You know what I mean? I'm a Scorpio moon. I get intimate with people by look. Like, I bought a pie one. I used to buy pies on Pie Day and take them to, like, the Spenceries and stuff for the employees on March 14th. Just whatever I could do to put a smile on people's face. And I had this pie one time, and it looked so good. And I was like, and I could smell the fruit in the pie. And some dude walked by and he said, "Hey, what's up?" He said, "I wish somebody would look at me the way you just looked at that pie." I thought that was funny. But people put so much precedence on chasing sensations, and I think, you know, like the foundation of any solid relationship begins with being twiddle-pated and how long you can draw being twiddle-pated and stringing that out. Twiddle-pated? People don't know twiddle-pated, twiddle-pated, twiddle-pated. That the courting phase, like when you're like you just want to know everything about them and like all that stuff before it's wrecked by chasing sensations and years of disappointment from chasing O's. Ladies, chasing O's, just never satisfied, but he so quickly is. Man, is the world changing. It's not me, it's him. It's not me, it's the hymns. See, because they kept it quiet for so long. They kept it under their wraps. And now the whole world is figuring out what I've known to be true since I was a 10-month-old baby. And it's just like they'll pretty much put it in anything. STDs would not exist. They wouldn't exist. Gonorrhea, herpes, all of that. Well, I don't know about the herpes one. Gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia, all of those bugs that people get is because some dude did an animal at some point. That's why they exist. Not because she did an animal, because he did an animal. So we're into the big change. The earth is going through the change and we're all going with it, maybe. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people are going to go. I think a lot of people are choosing to bounce out. Nope. Thanks for playing. Don't want to do this no more. Because it's crazy to freaking realize that Corp USA is a psyop. The whole country, the Constitution, it was just in theoretically, it was in name only, while these freaking cokeheads were doing drunks. Like the truth comes out because people can't hide they are when they're doing deceptive behavior. You can't fake it. You can't fake it. And ask him. If they could, they wouldn't have spent 52 or what 4 billion on male enhancement drugs last year. There's a lot of single moms that could have used that, buddy. All the money that goes over there, there's a lot of single moms, dads that could have used that money. It's been misappropriation of funds for decades and generations, and now the United States is collapsing because you get back the energy you put out. So we might not have planes flying over the USA dropping bombs with paint covering up USA flags because all the planes come from us. They just stopped producing them. And then they started, oh, well, we don't have the people to make the planes like we used to, so let's go to drone warfare, and then we'll go to the big booms that ripple. That's all. I think that it was just, I think they tested a big energy directed weapon, and the atom bombs don't exist. I think a lot of freaking dumbasses sat around empty holes being silos all over the place that nobody ever touched the device. There's no these just SP sitting there just to keep guys out of trouble. And that they've had the EMP technology all this time, and then that's what they use. And then they gotta make people mad so the crowds gather so we can test our the devices on civilians, and then we create bullshit over there so we can test and exercise the devices that Raytheon and all those stupid manufacturers. But hey, all that money used for that, so many single moms and dads could have used. This world is so upside down and backwards, and people believe it and people buy it. So I stopped participating a long time ago, so I'm trying to make my own world. I just can't find other people that want to participate. I have people, there's everywhere. I lived in Taos 5 years, man. The number of what I put out to help this community and the little that I've gotten back from my own community is fucking laughable. It's laughable. But I call them the land of the stupid cousins because my mom was thrown away from Cuesta. So, of course, a whole community built and based on the ideology that that's okay and that it's okay for your children to get married and your children to be taken by men, because that the Mexico's been like that for generations and generations. I don't know if there's ever been a time New Mexico wasn't friends with the Epstein ideology. You know? I mean, it's just self will. It's just do whatever you want. Just sit at the car show year in, year out. That's unuseful. 29% of New Mexico can't read, but hey, sit at the car show. Or better yet, go sit in a hot air balloon. Because that's unuseful. Like, all these people gather to do unuseful things, but you can't get people to gather to do anything of any use. And it's very I don't it's hard for me not to get frustrated. I just have to allow, transmute, do another set, yada yada yada. America, there's first what I this is what I see. I see a lot. This is what I said a few years ago. I see a lot of people that are going to earn themselves. That's what they did in COVID. So many people sat on their ass and they earned themselves um a fitness challenge for themselves, right? And then now you see all these people on their health journey, right? It starts someplace, right? So, and what happens when people go on their health journey? It could go two ways. One of two ways, as I see it. You either tap into your spirit, yet JC consciousness that, like, oh, I feel great. I want to help other people feel great. Or are they going to be like, I'm the shit, and then go toward the ego path, easing God out? God is, to me, is good orderly direction. Just do the right thing. If you see somebody on the street, do you need anything? Like, you hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Because there's a lot of cranky people out there in the world because they don't think about those four things before they pick up the phone or walk out the door. Are you hungry, angry, lonely, or tired? Those things put people in a vulnerable state. And then or a chip on their shoulder or whatever. You're not going out in clarity. People get mad at home, and then what do? They go get behind a wheel and they go racing off because that's not useful. And then they learn consequences that, oh, I guess if I stomp on the brake, that my car isn't going to stop immediately, that there's physics involved, that there's going to be sliding and stuff. Oh, you thought wrong. You thought wrong. Santa Claus isn't real. You thought wrong. But people want to be unique until, Christmas comes around or Halloween. They want to be, all about the earth until ski season comes. Like, I just can't keep up with what people say they want and what they are. It's very hard for me, so I don't really bother much. Me and mom got our shows. They're consistent. I like things that are consistent. I like dogs. I like cats. Even in their inconsistent behavior, they are still consistent. You still know that they're going to be on, like people, they're always acted like they're one thing and then they switch it up and they pretend like to be something else. It's so bizarre. It is so bizarre. Everybody's acting. I'm just a clown. I'm not acting like a clown. I'm a clown. I didn't even know I was one until Shannon said I was. You're a Heyoka. What's a Heyoka? And I started doing my weird kid research on everything I could find. I can't find a connection to the well, I can't get it because it's a men's club. I'm born female with manipulations with born female by modifications. So this isn't the song I want to hear in me now. So I started looking up everything Heyoka and all that jazz. And then I say that like I'll beat people. I'll be like, I'm Heyoka. And then people will be like, I'm Heyoka too. And I'm like looking up and down them. I'm like, I'm like trying to get all the indicators. I said, where am I in you? Where am I in you? Because Heyoka mirror people. So where am I in you? I can't find me in you. I'm not there. So maybe I'm not Heyoka. Huh. I'm not. Maybe I should start saying I'm not a Heyoka. I'm no Heyoka. Don't worry. I'm not a Heyoka. Ayo Heyoka ayo. I mark all the boxes. I saw Cake a couple times. The Distance. Never saw Sublime. I don't have regrets in life though. How many people could say that? Like I don't have one single I don't regret one single thing I've ever done in my no, not one thing cuz I've never done I've never hit somebody cuz I was angry. I've never viciously and maliciously went behind somebody's back to try and ruin their life, or I never said anything about anybody that I had an experience with, or that I wasn't true to an experience that I had. I got a pretty good track record because there's a lot of people that are scared right now because they're worried that the whole world's going to figure out who and what they are. And I've been telling the whole world who and what I am for 10 years. I think that's funny. This is the year of the high horse, the year a lot of people are going to get knocked down off their high horse. I wonder how it's going to happen to me. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.